Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Fred Talks. My name is Fred Chan. I'm an entrepreneur, and I started a few businesses, made some mistakes along the way, and always learning along this journey. And in Fred Talks, we're going to talk about life, we're going to talk about love, we're going to talk about travel, we're going to talk about and anything in between, of course. So today, for our first episode, we have Mr. Roman Onillion. From Roman and Pizza. Almost. I almost got you there. So he is a influencer, photographer, a good friend as well. A bit on the crazy side because he's going to cycle from Finland to Amsterdam for charity, and we're going to dive into that a little bit more later. So, Mr. Roman, welcome to Fred Talks.
Thank you, Fred. Thank you for having me here.
Thank you for being my first guest. And we're going to have a bit of fun here. I'm going to ask you a few questions, and I'm sure the audience will know a bit more about you. So, Mr. Roman, tell me, how did you start your journey here in Malaysia?
So, it started 12 years ago now.
12 years, all right.
12 years ago, I was actually working in New Zealand, and I had a 1 month off. So I decided to come to Malaysia. And before to come to Malaysia, I was already on some travel website, and I was starting to chat with some people in Malaysia. I wanted to find locals, and ended up finding Fiza. Fiza is now my wife.
Oh, wow.
We were just chatting on this website. It's called Trav Buddy, but it doesn't exist anymore. So
what buddy is it?
Trav Buddy.
Trav Buddy.
It was the name of the website. The website doesn't exist anymore. It's a shame because this website was really, really good.
Okay.
And we started chatting on it. And I said to her, I am also on the couch surfing. And couch surfing is a website that is made for travelers. Mm-hmm. So you can go on this website, you can go anywhere around the world, right, and you can actually stay with the locals. So it's really cool website. And
right,
she said to me, I'm also on couch surfing.
Wow.
So if you want, I can host you for 2 or 3 nights. You can stay at my place, and then you can go traveling around Malaysia and back to New Zealand.
Amazing.
But ended up staying a month and a half to a place. So I stayed a little bit longer. We traveled a lot together all around Malaysia. Wow. I flew back to New Zealand, and I started missing her. I said, would you like to come to New Zealand?
Right.
And she said, yeah, sure. And
amazing.
She actually quit the job. She just bought a car before we met. Okay. Maybe 1 or 2 months before she bought a car, and she actually sold the car. We just met for 1 month, but she quit the job, sold the car. And because of that, I proposed to her already. So we just met, but I proposed after a month and a half. I proposed.
Wow.
She said yes. And we ended up spending 5 years in New Zealand. And after 5 years, so 6 years for me, because I was already in New Zealand for 1 year.
Right. Which part of New Zealand were you in?
So we were in a small town called Hanmer Springs. So it's 140 kilometers from Christchurch.
Okay,
so
South Island.
Okay. Yeah. It's only 800 people living there. So for someone living in Kuala Lumpur to go to a small town of 800 people,
right,
it was a big change for her.
Wow.
And she struggled for maybe 2 months to find a job. Because in New Zealand, like when you're over 30 years old, you cannot get the working holiday visa anymore. You need a work visa. So you need to find someone to sponsor you to be able to stay in the country.
I see.
And she was very, very lucky. She found someone that actually sponsored her.
That's not you.
No, not me. It needs to be a local.
Oh, it needs to be
local.
Okay.
Yeah. And she found someone to sponsor her, so she could stay in New Zealand longer.
I see.
Yeah.
Wow,
and
amazing.
we spent 5 years in New Zealand, and after 5 years, she said, I really miss Malaysia. I miss the food. So we flew back to New Zealand in 2018. And
you flew back from New Zealand?
From New Zealand.
Back to KL?
Back to KL. And 2018, we restart everything because I was a photographer already in New Zealand, but I had to do everything, restart from zero in Malaysia. So it took a very long time because the visa process was a nightmare. It took me 9 months before I could actually get my first visa in Malaysia. So I couldn't work for the first 9 months. I had to go to Singapore after 3 months. Then after need to go to Thailand, wait 3 months, go again to Thailand. Because I was only on the tourist visa. So couldn't stay more than 3 months. So it was a bit of a nightmare at the beginning.
I see. So would it be safe to say it's love at first sight, ladies and gentlemen?
I think so, yeah.
Love at first sight,
So, yeah, I can look at my wife, yeah.
Very nice.
I wouldn't propose after 1 month.
I mean, that is, what is your advice for young lovers out there about proposing after 1 month?
I don't know. I don't think many people do this. How long did it take you to propose?
Well, I knew my wife for about 2 years plus. I had
You
to
wait 2 years before she proposed.
I waited 2 years. I need to analyze her a bit more, I didn't want to jump the gun.
And how long has this been?
For myself, I think we are married for
you don't know.
14. I know. I remember. 14 years. I married for 14 years. Yeah, I knew her for 2 years before that, so we knew each other for about 16 years.
16 years.
Yeah.
So we've been married for 9 years. Next year is going to be the big year. It's going to be 10 years married next year. So
very nice.
We're going to need to do something special.
So from New Zealand, what do you miss about New Zealand?
So New Zealand is very different than Malaysia. It's more about nature and stuff.
Correct.
And
Yeah.
I really miss the quiet as well.
The quiet time.
Yeah, because Kuala Lumpur is nice, but it's very busy. There's a lot of traffic. We live only 7 kilometers or 8 kilometers from the city center, and sometimes it takes you an hour to get there.
Of course.
And the
That's
driving, people
jam.
drive a little bit crazy. I love Malaysia, but drivers are crazy here. In New Zealand, it's open roads. There's not many people on the roads. And it's
more cows and people.
Mostly sheep. But
Mostly sheep. Yeah.
But
True,
you're surrounded by nature all the time. You can
yeah.
walk up the mountain, and you're.
Right.
Yeah, I miss that. That's why when I go cycling, I like to go to remote places where there's no one, and to be quiet and to be surrounded by nature.
So you want to get back to nature. That's why you go for this. To my understanding, it's a bit of a crazy expeditions because you cycle. I remember you mentioned about Tajikistan. Then you cycled through Inner Mongolia as well, and then now you're going to do this, and in the future you're going to cycle on a frozen lake.
Yeah.
So let's
that's
just
the
take
plan.
so let's just take it one by one. So which is your first? Before we get there, when you came back to Malaysia, so what were you doing in Malaysia?
As a job?
As a job. What do you do here?
So I'm a photographer in Malaysia.
Yeah.
I'm a photographer. I was already a photographer in New Zealand. In New Zealand. But I started photography back in 2004 during my first backpacking trip in Vietnam. I bought a film camera. We didn't have DSLR at that time, it was only film camera.
Right.
And I really enjoy photography. I started to document all my travels in Southeast Asia. I traveled almost in all the countries in Southeast Asia backpacking.
Right.
So I took a lot of photos of it, and I said, maybe I could become my job, So I applied in New Zealand.
Right.
They gave me the opportunity to work. So I worked 6 years in New Zealand as a photographer, family photographer.
Wow.
And
in a small town with 800 people.
Yeah, so there is a thermal pool actually in this small town, and people come to relax in the thermal pool.
Right.
And we are actually going inside the pool and photograph people experience.
So you go into the thermal pool as well.
Yeah. So
no wonder you look so much younger.
Yeah.
Because you always because you get that, all the minerals,
Yeah. So I did this for 6 years in New Zealand, and then back to Malaysia. I had to restart everything and to open my own business here in Malaysia. So I do this. I do family photography, newborn. I do pregnancy and corporate events as well. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Roman has actually taken the photo of my family as well and my staff. So pretty good photos actually.
Thank
He came
you.
on went on some magazines and all that. So good stuff. Yeah. So tell me a bit more about your passion of cycling. Why do all this extreme
for me, it's not extreme for me.
Yeah, tell me a bit about that background, tell us a bit more about
I started cycling back in 2010, but I'm not a cyclist at all. I never cycled more than 20 kilometers before starting cycling. And because I was working in Australia, I went to Australia in 2010 on a working holiday visa.
Right.
I worked 4 months in Perth. And when I saw the amount of money that it cost to travel in New Zealand, even by bus and everything was so expensive, I was like, how the hell am I going to travel in Australia if it's so expensive? So I started reading a few blogs online, and I saw some people cycling.
Right.
I said, cycling may be a good idea, it's cheap.
Yep.
So I bought a $200 bicycle. So it's not like expensive bike. You know, 200 Australian dollars is like maybe 700 ringgit for a bicycle.
Yeah.
And I bought a 300 ringgit trailer. So it was super cheap. And I say, I'm going to cross Australia on my bicycle.
Oh, man.
And when I started saying this to my family, they say, you're crazy. That's not possible.
So when you mentioned you crossed Australia, from where to where?
So I started in Perth. Then I cycled 3,500 kilometers to Port Lincoln.
3,500 kilometers.
To Port Lincoln. So Port Lincoln was the first stop. Then, because I ran out of money. So I had to find a job to get some money. And I worked 3 months in a tuna boat. So people, it's like a tuna farm in the middle of the ocean.
3 months on a tuna boat?
Yeah.
What were you doing on a tuna boat?
So feeding the tuna. So
you worked on a tuna boat to feed tunas. I thought you're catching tunas.
No, the tuna is inside a farm. So it's farm that's in the middle of the... But I call it a tuna boat because after 3 months, they harvest the tuna. So they put the tuna back to the boat after 3 months.
Right.
But you're shoveling. So you're shoveling fish to the tuna.
You're shoveling fish to fish?
Yeah, to fish, yeah. So it's like small sardines, you know.
Okay.
You're feeding the tuna that inside the farm. So I've done this for 3 months. So you start at 4 o'clock in the morning and you finish maybe at 7 p.m. at night. Right. So it's like a very, very long days, you know. And you did. I did this for 3 months to get some money.
Wow.
And after 3 months, this job is one of the worst jobs in my life that I ever done. You know, it was terrible. Terrible. I never been seasick, but it's just very, very, hard job. You know?
Hard job, yeah. Laborer's job.
Your back hurts, your hands hurt, everything hurts.
Of course,
you know?
Of course.
And after 3 months, I decided to continue my journey. So I started in Port Lincoln this time, and I cycled all the way to the Gold Coast, another 4,000 kilometers.
It's over the top. It means on the top from...
Yeah, so all the bottom and back to the top, Sydney and the Gold Coast.
Wow.
So another 4,000 kilometers.
Oh, from the bottom. So Perth, then you went down.
So Perth all the way down. So across the Nullarbor. The Nullarbor is the desert in Australia. So I crossed the desert in Australia. Right. And went to Port Lincoln, went up all the way to Melbourne, and all the way down, all the way up to the Gold Coast. So 7,500 kilometers for my first bike trip.
Oh my gosh.
So it was a long way. So it took me 3 months in total to do the whole trip. And after this, I flew back to France. I stayed, I think, 3 or 4 months in France, just time to visit my family a little bit. And I decided to apply for a visa to New Zealand because I found a job as a photographer in New Zealand.
Right.
So I flew to New Zealand. I stayed 1 year and the first time in New Zealand. 1 year in New Zealand, and after not 1 year, 9 months, 9 months, and I cycled around New Zealand again. So I bought a new bicycle and I did 4,500 kilometers in New Zealand.
My gosh.
So really
South
enjoyed
Island
it.
as well from...
Both islands.
Oh, both islands.
Both islands, yeah, 4,000.
Oh my gosh.
And then I met Visa.
Yeah.
So I went to, the story I told you before, went back to Malaysia and went back to New Zealand.
Right. So that means you must be you must be very fit, of course.
I try to be fit. You know, I don't eat crap. I never eat fast food. No soda. No carbonated drinks.
Wow.
I don't eat sugar.
Okay. So
I try to have a healthy lifestyle. You know.
That's great.
Even though I'm 43 now, I try to be healthy. You know.
Of course.
I did a small break as well in 2015 from New Zealand. I went to Mongolia. And I cycled from Mongolia to Tajikistan. So this was the hardest.
From Mongolia to Tajikistan.
Yeah.
How far was that?
It was 5,500 kilometers.
5,500 kilometers.
Yeah, and I did this with my friend from Australia because I met my friend back in 2008 while backpacking in Vietnam.
Right. You want to shout out to him? What's his name?
His name is Nick.
right? Hi, Nick.
Nick, hello, Nick.
Hi,
I don't
Nick.
know if he's gonna watch this podcast, but so yeah, he decided, yeah, that sounds good. When I said to him, I want to cross the Gobi Desert in Mongolia, he didn't even say, "Oh, that's crazy, that's not possible." He said, "Yeah, let's do it."
Wow.
So he was as crazy as me. So he was like, "That's good," you know. And when you do this kind of thing, you need to find someone that is as crazy as you, because if you find someone that's starting saying, "Oh, that's not possible, that's too hard," you're starting already putting negative thoughts in the project, and that's not good.
Right.
I just met someone few days ago, and the person is exactly in the same mindset as me. So when I told him, "Oh, I want to actually cycle the Baikal Lake in Siberia," and he straight away say, "Oh, let's do it." So I'm like,
wow.
Oh, damn, that's the kind of guy I need to travel with.
There are this kind of people in this world, right?
Because this kind of trip, when you cross the Gobi Desert and this kind of thing, I could have done it by myself, but for safety reason, I think it's better to be two.
Right.
It's better to be two. You never know what can happen. I'm married now, you know. I'm not alone.
You're a family man now. You're a family man now.
So I need to be with someone, and I don't know if my wife will leave me to go alone doing this kind of thing.
Well, you know, hopefully your wife can follow you as well, you know, for these trips, you know.
No, not gonna happen.
No, not gonna happen. She's not gonna happen.
No.
Who knows? You can train Fiza, you know.
No, she needs a shower every day, you know. That's the kind of thing when you go cycling like this, you can't shower every day, you know. The worst was 12 days without shower when I was in Mongolia.
Wow.
And when you start smelling yourself, it's bad.
After 12 days of no bathing, you start smelling yourself.
Well, when you start sweating every day and you go to bed full of sweat
in the desert.
In the desert, and it's
right.
Yeah.
Okay, as you are traveling, where do you stay?
I sleep in my tent.
You just sleep in a tent?
Yeah, I sleep in my tent.
That's it. There's no hotel. There's no like Airbnb.
I go to a hotel. No, there's no Airbnb in Mongolia.
Those, you know, I mean,
there's nothing there.
Nothing there. Okay.
Sometimes you cycle for 2 or 3 days, and even though you're on the road, you don't see anyone.
Right.
There's no one. So if something goes wrong, then it goes wrong.
Right. What normally goes wrong in this kind of like?
It's running out of water. So it happened once across the desert.
Running out of water in the desert.
Sorry?
Running out of water in the desert.
Running out of water in the desert is bad. It's bad. Yeah, because, you know, like it was back in 2015, so I was barely on social media at this time. You know, I had just my Facebook account, but I didn't post anything. And there's absolutely zero connection in the desert. So even though you don't really know where you are, we just had a paper map with us because we had no connection.
Right.
So just a paper map, and we ran out of water, and we started thinking like, shit, you know, we don't know exactly how long it's gonna take us to reach the next town. And suddenly there is a guy passing by on a horse a little bit far away. And we're like, screaming at the guy, and the guy just came to us.
Oh my gosh.
Because he couldn't speak English. The guy couldn't speak English, but we learned the word osho, and osho in Mongolian means water. You know?
I see.
So we try to learn the word water in every country we go, just in case.
Right. Oh, bro, I mean, like, yeah.
And the guy was like, osho, osho. And the guy looked at us and tell us to come to follow him. So we just starting following him, and maybe 5 kilometers later, there was a wheel in the middle of the desert.
Huh? There's a well in the middle of the desert.
In the desert. And we're like, what the hell? I didn't know. You know? So
they should put it in the map, you know, like a well here. You know?
So we are very happy and starting filling up our bottles and drinking like crazy because we are very thirsty.
Right.
And all our bottle was empty by the end of the day. And we said, it's okay. Tomorrow morning we fill up our bottle again, and went to fill up the bottle in the morning, and someone dropped the bucket at the bottom of the wheel. So we only had the rope. I was like, oh shit.
Somebody dropped the bucket?
Or maybe the rope break, or I don't know what, but the bucket was at the bottom of the well, and we couldn't fill up our bottle. I was like, oh shit. You know, like we're stuck with no water. We start in the morning with no water. We couldn't even do our coffee because we carry all our gear, you know, with us. Couldn't do coffee, couldn't eat our oats in the morning. We just had like dry oats, but we couldn't put water in it.
Right.
So we had to do another 60 kilometers with no water, starting the day with no water before we reached the next town. So that's the kind of thing. We had sandstorm as well in Mongolia, so we get stuck behind the sandstorm maybe for 5 hours behind there was a monastery in the middle of the desert because people in Mongolia are Buddhist as well. There's some Buddhists in Mongolia.
Yep.
So we hid behind the monastery for 5 hours, waiting for the sandstorm to pass by.
Yep.
And this is scary as well, because if you get caught in a sandstorm that we got caught in the middle of the desert, then it could be dangerous as well.
Yeah, of
you
course.
can't see anything, and
So how do you what do you do when there's a sandstorm? Like you just wait there, or you
we
just
had
keep
to
on
wait.
moving, or
we had to wait.
you set up a tent and you.
No, we didn't reset up our tent, because we wake up in the morning, everything was clear, and I started cycling. We did maybe 2 kilometers, and I had my music on my ears. And you know, when you cycle, your head is inside you. It's not a sealed road, you know, it's dirt.
Right.
So I was like this. I was with my music, and my friend was screaming like crazy.
Why?
Behind me. I said, Roman, Roman. And at the end,
Why?
I said, what do you want? I was like, look in front of you. And I put my head up. I said, oh, shit. And I could see the sandstorm coming
Oh my gosh.
to us.
That's
So we had
crazy.
to turn back very quickly. So we turned back and cycled back and hid behind the monastery. And we couldn't do anything for the next 5 hours.
Wow.
So,
But
yeah.
thankfully there's a monastery there. You could actually,
luckily, because otherwise, I don't know if we started pretty late cycling this day, but normally we start around 7:30 in the morning.
Right.
Because it's always better to start in the morning.
I see.
But this day we start maybe around 10. So if we had started earlier this day, we would have get caught in the middle of the sandstorm. Would that be bad?
Right.
Would that be bad? Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing, man. I mean,
But
that's interesting.
That's
stories.
part of the adventure as well, you know. It's part of the adventure.
And you
So,
like that. I'm sure that
I
you like.
love this kind. That's the kind of thing when I don't know why, but I like to struggle a little bit when I cycle. You know, I like to.
You don't
I
like
like it
it
to be tough.
smooth sailing.
Yeah, if it's too easy,
there's no challenge.
there's no challenge.
Where's the challenge?
Yeah.
Yeah. Where's the challenge?
Because I did another trip in 2019 from France to Istanbul.
Right.
This
Okay,
was
from France to Istanbul. So you
yeah.
crossed like Germany. And,
no, not Germany. So from France, we went to Monaco. And
Oh, we went down.
Yeah,
Okay.
Slovenia
All right.
and Croatia,
Oh, okay,
Montenegro, Bosnia,
I
Albania,
see.
Greece, and Turkey.
wow.
So this was I did this very fast.
Very fast.
Yeah, it took me 42 days, I think,
42 days.
for 3,600 kilometers
Wow.
in 42 days. Someone was complaining a lot back home, you know, like
What was the complaint about at home?
yes. Someone was like, "Oh, I'm sick. You know, I'm not feeling well." So,
Oh,
yeah,
I
someone
see.
was
I
complaining
need
a
you
lot.
to be,
I'm not gonna mention who was it.
I'm sure. I think we all don't know who that is as well.
Yeah. So I did this trip pretty fast.
Uh-huh.
So,
So you were as you were cycling, you maybe at the beginning you're like taking it slow and all.
yeah,
taking
at
your
the
own
end I was
pace.
doing 130 kilometers every day.
Oh my
So,
God. So like every day normally our normal pace without this sort of call from home. What sort of
I try to don't do more than 100 because I want to enjoy where I am as well. So 100 kilometers a day is fine. My longest stretch was crazy. It was 182 kilometers in China, and this was way too much because I had 60 kilo on the bicycle, you know. So
Wow.
60 kilo on the bicycle, including the 20 liters of water. It's a massive bag that can get 20 liters of water. So
Right.
you have 20 kilo of water on the top of the trailer at the back. The trailer is already 7 kilo. So it's very, very, very heavy, especially when you're at 3,000 meters above sea level. It's tough. But when you do this kind of trip in Europe, it's beautiful, but it's somehow easy, you know, because you can find food whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can find water whatever
It's
you
safe.
want.
It's a safe
If
place as well,
something happened to you, you're fine.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna happen to you. You know, you
Right,
can
right.
fall down the road. Within 5 minutes, someone will pass by and will help you. If you fall down the road in the middle of Mongolia and you hurt yourself,
That's it.
and you can't see anyone for 3 days, then you're screwed.
Pretty much, yeah.
Then
Pretty
you're
much.
screwed. Yeah.
Right,
So that's why my future trip in July is gonna be from Finland to the Netherlands, and this is same kind of trip. It's gonna be a beautiful trip, landscape-wise. I think it's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, it's gonna
When
be
I saw the
beautiful.
pictures online, it's gonna look amazing. But
Right.
it's a safe trip.
Yeah,
It's a safe
yeah,
trip.
yeah.
I know
But
that.
before we get to that, like when we met back then, remember I think we met about 3
years ago,
3
yeah.
years ago. I think back then you were on this journey to walk from KL to Langkawi.
Yeah.
Or Langkawi to KL, which way?
Kuala Lumpur to Langkawi.
From
I was
Kuala-
very
yeah.
bored, you know, after COVID and stuff. I'm like, damn, because I'm going back to the cycling trip from Finland to Netherlands. It was supposed to be in 2022, and because of COVID, I couldn't do it. Then we spent almost a year, not doing anything. Not only me, everyone, couldn't travel, I couldn't work.
Right.
I lost my job for almost a year and a half because I couldn't work. And after I said to my wife, I need to do something, why don't we walk to Langkawi? And first she looked at me and was like, what? Walk? Malaysians don't walk, or they walk in the mall, but they don't do that. I said, you're crazy. I said, let's do it. Like maybe we can walk from our house to the botanical garden. That's 10 kilometers. I said, okay, I'll try.
Walk from where again? Walk
from
the
Shiraz
house to the botanic gardens.
Yeah, so it was 10 kilometers.
Just like the training lah.
Yeah,
just to get your wife to be on
I said,
for it lah.
Let's try, let's do it. And she did it. I said, oh yeah, I can do it. I said, yeah, so maybe we can try to find a sponsor and we can maybe try to raise awareness, not only walk, but to raise an awareness at the same time. So we raise awareness on the environment in Malaysia and to tell people to stop littering because we can see, not in Kuala Lumpur is a very clean city,
Right.
When you go to the kampung, to the countryside, you can see a lot of trash, a lot of plastic, especially in the, how you call it?
Where?
Sewage.
The sewerage?
Not sewage, but on the side of the road.
The side of the road, yeah, okay.
So you can see people, they trash a lot over there. And I really want to create an awareness on this. And even people who smoking, people smoke, but they throw their cigarettes straight away on the floor.
Right.
I'm like, how complicated it is to keep it with you, and when you find the trash, you just put it inside. Same for the plastic bottles and everything. Nearby our house, people trash everywhere,
Right.
And I don't understand why people cannot wait to throw their plastic bottle in the bin.
Yeah, just keep it in the car first,
Keep it in the car, keep it with you, you hold it. I cannot remember the last time I threw something on the floor. I never, ever throw anything on the floor. And I don't like people doing it, and I don't like to see it,
Right,
so we collected 400 kilo of rubbish within 22 days. So we were collecting
22 days of walking from Kuala Lumpur to Langkawi.
Yeah, so it was an average of 20 kilo, between 15 to 20 kilo of rubbish. We were collecting maybe 6 massive bags of plastic every single day. Yeah.
I see. And this journey was covered by a few of the media.
So it was covering with TV3, World of Bears. I need to ask my wife. Astro. There's a few of them that cover us. And what was funny as well is because we started doing a lot of videos on TikTok about this, and people started recognizing us on the road, and they were stopping with a motorbike and just handing out a bottle of water to us and food.
Fantastic.
So that was very nice. Some people asking us, "Do you want to ride?" Like, no, we don't want to ride. We want to walk.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
I'm sure Fiza was like, I really want to hop into this car, get some back on, and I'll see you later. But
it was very, very hot. We were sweating like hell. It was crazy hot.
But at least you bathe every day, right?
Yeah.
Maybe,
So this trip was sponsored actually by you, yeah.
Right.
So Fred helped us for this journey. So
So that walk would be like 22 days. So so you already planned where you're gonna stay, where you're gonna walk, where you're gonna stay, your route. You already plan your route, right?
Not entirely, but we try to learn where exactly we're going to be stopping every day. Yeah.
I see. And if I'm not mistaken, you injured yourself.
I injured myself on the third day, I think. On the third day, I twisted my ankle, so it was very painful. So it could not be the end already after 3 days,
But it's so soon, man.
But in my head, when I start something, I don't stop. So I continue walking with a bad ankle for 19 days. 19 days. And at one point, maybe halfway, my ankle was really, really bad, and I had to go to the hospital. And they took a ride here, and they said, you really twist your ankle. You can't walk anymore. I say, yes, I can. So
you're determined to finish this, yeah?
So it was really, really bad, but I finished it with a bad ankle.
That's fantastic.
Because
I mean, that's
when I start something, I can't stop. So
right.
yeah.
You're truly a warrior. I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, coming back to like your activities in Malaysia, like now you're like a social media influencer, photographer as well. What do you think about that industry in Malaysia right now?
So we started this actually with the
Roman
work.
and Pizza.
Yeah,
Yeah, Roman
it came out. We really started being on social media because of the work, and we were first on TikTok. We were already on Facebook, but we had maybe only like 800 followers on Facebook, so not much at all. But we started thinking maybe we can cover food because Malaysians love food.
Yep.
They
Of
love
course,
food.
we love Malaysians
So
love food.
we started going to some restaurant and tell them like, would you like us to promote your restaurant on our social media, on YouTube, on Facebook, Instagram? And people were keen, so we're just eating and promoting the food. And it works with the food. So we said, oh, maybe we can try with hotels as well. So we started finding some hotels because we love traveling. We go to Cameron Island and Penko and Penang, Langkawi. So we went to some hotels and doing exactly the same thing, promoting their hotels, posting on our social media, and that's how it started.
Wow. I mean, you really took it step by step.
Yeah, step by step, slowly. And,
it's like you didn't like intentionally, okay, I wake up one day, I want to become a social media influencer.
No. We did it very slowly, and when we start to grow, then we say, oh, maybe we can do some videos, and I started being more focused on YouTube and do a lot of videos on YouTube. But it's really hard as well, because the competitors, there's so many people doing the same thing, so it's not easy.
Fantastic. Yeah. If you want to follow them, their handle is Roman and Fiza. Right. What do you like most about that kind of job? Like, because you're doing photography as well, and you're doing a bit of videography. So now you're like shooting all this social media content and all this. Like, what do you like about this?
I just love to socialize with people as well. So photography is a good way to socialize with people,
Right.
and videography is a good way to show to people where we are going and this kind of stuff. Yeah, and give tips as well to people. So we go to some places that people are unaware about as well. So restaurant people. When we go to a restaurant, oh, I didn't know about this place. It looks awesome, and they also want to go. Same for the hotels.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Interesting, man. I mean, it is a journey. It's
It
a
is
growing
a
industry
journey.
because I think
Yeah.
like children nowadays, they all of them want to become social media influencers and TikTokers and YouTubers and all these things. So, I think you also give some inspiration to them.
There is the pro and the con of social media because you have kids and you know that kids nowadays are stuck on their phone.
Yeah, they're stuck.
On their phone. They don't travel. They don't go outside, and so there is the pro and the con here. You can be on social media, but you need to get off your phone sometime and to actually travel and to enjoy things,
Right.
With my wife, we call people zombies sometimes because you walk and you see them walking with the phone and just looking at their phone. Or you go you take the train and 99% of people are stuck on their phone, and sometimes you're like, damn, they don't get off the phone, I don't understand how you can watch a video and walk while watching the video. I don't know.
That is a skill.
I don't get it. It's scary. Why is it going to be in 10 years?
Well, I think most likely it's going to be the same, I suppose.
Yeah. Or worse.
Yeah. Maybe bigger screen,
Bigger screen,
iPads or tabs and all these things. Yeah, who knows? Welcome back to Fred Talks. And for this segment, it's going to be a bit more interesting. Kita akan bercakap dengan bahasa Melayu.
Sikit-sikit.
Boleh cakap bahasa Melayu.
Sikit-sikit.
So, berapa lama you sudah kahwin dengan Fiza?
Okay, wait. How you meet Fiza?
Berapa lama? How long have you?
How long? Wait. 30? Hah? 30? No, 30.
30? 30 apa?
No, 30. 13 years.
13 years, 13.
13.
So 13 tahun.
13.
Okay.
13 tahun.
Okay. So apa?
My Malay very bad.
It's okay. So Roman, apa makanan yang makanan kegemaran Roman?
Nasi lemak.
Nasi lemak. Bukan roti.
Rollti, of course.
Okay.
If you love roti canai, you will love Rollti.
Fantastic. So boleh cerita sedikit sebanyak tentang diri sendiri. Apa datang dari mana? Roman asalnya orang mana?
Okay. I don't understand.
Roman, where you from? Originally, where you from?
Saya Perancis.
Perancis, orang Perancis.
Orang Perancis,
Alright. Orang cakap orang Perancis ni dia macam good with words, pandai bercakap, romantic.
Of course.
Huh?
Of course. Yeah,
Romantic.
very romantic.
Apa yang benda yang paling romantik yang Roman pernah buat untuk Fiza setakat 13 tahun ni?
You need to ask her.
I need to ask her.
You're asking me if I'm romantic, right?
What's the most romantic thing you did with Fiza?
With Fiza.
Because you're French, orang Perancis ni semua romantic. So apa yang
maybe when I propose and I put a lot of petals,
in BM lah.
flowers.
Dalam bahasa Melayu.
I can't in Malay. It's gonna be too hard.
Try.
I don't know how to begin. You translate. I put some petal flowers everywhere when I propose and
letak
the bed and
bunga lah, bunga letak bunga apa tu? What kind of flowers are those?
Rose
lah.
Rose flowers.
Rose,
petals,
okay. Warna
rose
apa?
flowers everywhere.
Merah lah, red color lah.
Yeah,
red color flowers, okay. Then what
I went
happened?
down on my knee and I proposed.
You went down on your knee and you proposed. So you the usual lah.
Yeah, the usual.
Benda-benda yang biasa lah. Ya kan romantik apalah. Itu biasa lah.
It's not romantic.
Apa yang lagi romantik daripada tu?
How you propose?
I just the same thing. Benda yang sama. Memang benda yang sama juga. So
everyone do the same.
Everybody do the same thing. Semua orang buat benda sama. So kita nak tahu apa yang romantik tentang orang Perancis ni.
I don't know. Ask her. She's filming me now.
So kita tanya Fiza, tak boleh lah. Fiza kena kita interview Fiza lain kali. Tapi Roman sekarang kat sini. So
come. Cakap Melayu dengan kamu. Tak boleh. She's shy. Isteri saya malu.
Isteri you malu. Oi, bagus. Okay. Apa perkataan kegemaran Roman dalam bahasa Melayu yang sering what do you normally say in BM with your wife?
Mongko.
Mangkok.
I don't know if I can say this.
Please.
You think? I don't know if she's gonna like it if I say this. Isteri saya suka kantor.
What?
Kantor busuk.
Rakyat Malaysia dan seluruh dunia, saya minta maaf atas kelakuan guest saya hari ini.
Are you asking me to speak Malay? That's the only thing I know.
Let's move on. Okay, let's move on.
Are you asking me?
Alright. Okay, so terima kasih Roman kerana kita membuat segmen yang lain sikit lah. Alright. Okay. So let's move back to your journey. So you're going to cycle from Finland to the Netherlands. Yeah. What made you choose this route? I mean, like, why this route?
Like I said before, I cycled in New Zealand before, and I love the nature and everything in New Zealand. And with all what I've seen online, I'm sure that this kind of country is gonna look exactly the same as New Zealand. So I'm really looking forward to be surrounded by forests, by nature, and really looking for it. I was supposed to do it in 2022, couldn't do it because of COVID.
Okay.
And my last trip was in 2019, so it's been 6 years I didn't go anywhere.
Right.
So I think it's time now to...
It's time to hit the road again.
Because I tried to cycle in Malaysia a few times,
Yeah.
and I don't know if Malaysia is really suitable for cyclists, you know. You see a few cyclists in Kuala Lumpur, but they are not doing like a long long distances. I mean, like every day, you know, cycling for 1 or 2 months. You don't see many people doing this in Malaysia, I think.
Yeah, I think like maybe 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah,
straight.
they go for 2 or 3 days. And, but when you go for long term, for 1 or 2 months, I don't think Malaysia would be suitable for it. The road condition in Malaysia is not that great. You know, there is no shoulders for bicycle. There's a lot of trucks.
There's a lot of trucks, yeah.
And
it's very dangerous, because trucks and then like you cycle beside it. It's
motorbikes.
Pretty scary.
And it could be dangerous as well. So I don't want to injure myself as well, you know.
Right. Understood. I mean, like, that's the thing, because I think Malaysia is maybe a lot of people they drive, you know, and of course a lot of trucks, a lot of buses, a lot of cars on the road. So
even though you go on the countryside, people driving very fast in Malaysia. Even though there is a speed limit, a lot of people don't respect the speed limit. A lot of people don't respect the speed limit. So I did cycle to Penang, and you can see people driving very, very fast.
You cycle from where? From KL to Penang?
Not
you cycle
KL.
in Penang?
Well, what was the name? Sorry, I'm asking my wife. What was the name of the place where I started cycling to Penang? Rawang? We started in Rawang? Near Rawang, yeah? Rawang, near Rawang. Because I can't start in KL itself, you know, because there's too much traffic. So to cycle in KL is dangerous. It's dangerous. So you need to get out a little bit of the city.
So Roman, before you go for your Europe adventure, I remember you mentioned you're going to do a bike ride around Malaysia first.
So I want to do a small bike trip, yes, in Malaysia. I'm not too sure yet about the location, but it's mostly going to be to let people know that I'm going to do a big trip after, so people are aware about our plan, you know, to fundraise for Go Baraka. So if people don't know about Go Baraka, it's like a charity that help people to fundraise for charity. So the plan that we have with Fred is to fundraise for people in the hospital that can't afford to pay the medical bills. So that's going to be the plan. So I'm thinking that if I do a small trip for 1 week, let's say 5 days, 1 week in Malaysia, people will know already about me and about our project.
Right, that's great. So do you have a proposed route around Malaysia for this?
So I just met someone a few days ago, someone that is as crazy as me, like I mentioned before. And when I met him, he said to me, oh, maybe we can go to Perlis, because he shot a video over there. I saw one of his videos on YouTube, and I really liked it. And this guy doesn't go on the road, because like I said before, going on the road is quite dangerous, and he doesn't like it either, and he's Malaysian, and he says the same, the traffic and everything is dangerous. But he followed all the rice paddy field. So he going to small villages,
I see.
And like this, people, you know, he can stop talking to people, and that's actually what I want as well when I cycling, you know. I want to meet locals. I want to stop by, you having a coffee with locals and you chit chat.
I see. So it's not just cycling. It's all about the adventure along the way,
to meet
the people you meet. You know, all right.
So we're not planning to do much kilometers per day. Even though when I'm gonna do my big trip, I don't want to do more than 80, 85 kilometers, because I really want to be able to meet people on the road. So if we do this in Malaysia, we do average maybe 60, 80 kilometers per day, and more focus on the people we're gonna meet and the landscape and everything.
Understood. I mean, it's Perlis, and if you go through the paddy field, it's going to be a very scenic route, and it's going to be a bit more chill, definitely very safe. So
you can even go to Thailand. You know, you can go a little bit higher, go to Thailand for 2 or 3 days, and come back to Malaysia. It could be beautiful scenic roads.
I think so as well. So once you have the route, I'm sure you're going to share it in your social media. So do remember to follow Roman and Fiza on Instagram and TikTok and Facebook, of course. So if you want to join them, they're the experts. They survived the Gobi Desert. You know, he survived cycling along Australia. So I think you're in good hands, definitely. So tell me more about this Go Baraka initiative that we're doing. Maybe you can share a bit more.
So like I said, Go Baraka is a charity in Malaysia that focuses on helping other charity, and I think it will be the because we want to focus on
Right. Yeah, because the thing about Go Baraka is they are like a fintech platform basically, and they are democratizing a charity. So we actually know, so donors, they actually know where the funds are going. So let's say if you're going to donate through what we're going to collaborate with, which is Giving Beyond Borders. Right. Helping Beyond Borders. So this is something that you can actually do. So every donation will be recorded and accounted for, and there will be a beneficiary that's going to get it. And you know who's the beneficiary is going to get it, because sometimes these charities, you do not know where the money is going to go and all these things. So I think that's
one of the things I'm very worried about because I did raise money for other charity previously. I did for the Red Cross when they did Australia, the Australian Red Cross. And when we did Mongolia to Tajikistan, we fundraised for Amnesty International. And
Amnesty? Amnesty, okay.
Right. And we did another one called One Girl. So One Girl focused on the girls in Africa, in Sierra Leone and Uganda, for girls that don't go to school. Because in these kind of countries, most of the time girls at 14 years old or even younger, they are forced to get married, at 12 years old or 14 years old, and they never go to school. So they stop girls' education, and that's why we decided to help them, So the more fund you send, the more you can send the girls to school instead of forcing them to get married at 14 years old or 12 years old sometimes. It's really bad. Really bad.
There is that. I mean, unfortunately, these things happens and
it's still happening, and we're in 2025. It should not happen.
True.
Should not happen.
Yeah. So I mean, when you always do these expeditions and you help these charities and all that, I mean, it's a good cause, man. It's a good cause. How do you actually choose your route from why Finland to Netherlands? Why not further, or why not closer?
I would love to be able to go all the way back to France, but the thing is, I'm already taking 2 months off. So even though Fred is supporting me during this trip, it's 2 months without income, So it's really hard for me to go longer, and I have my wife as well, so I'm not single anymore, I'm married. So I cannot go more than 2 months.
So will Fiza be joining you in this trip?
No, she won't join me on any trip.
She won't join you except for the walking trip?
Only for the walking trip, because we stop to a hotel every day and she can get a shower. But she needs a shower every day.
We all know that. We all know that.
I don't mind if I don't shower for a few days.
12 days, maximum?
No, over there would be easy in these kind of countries. You have lakes everywhere. You can jump in the lake. It's fine.
That's right. Oh yeah, you can just jump in the lake. That's right.
It's gonna be freezing cold, but it's fine.
It's gonna be fun. It's
fine.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
So when you go for this journey, are you going by yourself, or you have that friend that wants to join you?
So I have a French friend that's supposed to join me, but the guy is old school and is not really on social media, and he replies every 3 months. So I'm starting to be a bit tired to asking him 200 times if he's gonna join me or not. But if he doesn't join me, the guy that I just met a few days ago may join me on this trip. So it would be really nice to have a Malay guy as well that join me on the trip. Maybe I can learn Malay with him as well, And he's a really, really good filmmaker. And he has tons of followers as well on YouTube.
Fantastic.
So it's really great.
All right. It's better and it's safer as well if you have somebody else.
Well, this country is gonna be fine. Even though I go alone in this kind of country, it's fine. But to be able to be with someone as well and chit chat at the end of the day, it's nice as well to be with someone at the end of the day.
Right.
When you're tired, when you do 100 Ks a day, you want to relax and you meet someone.
True.
It's nice as well.
Right. So let's say if from the viewers, somebody wants to join you for the Europe trip, what do you think?
They can join, but I would prefer not to be too much on the road. Too many people on the road, 2-3 people max is nice. After, I don't want to be in a big group.
I see.
I don't want to be.
Yeah, because what happens if it's too big?
First, it could be dangerous. If someone get hurt, then penalize everyone. And I just don't like to be in a big group. I like small group or small to be
group.
Alone.
2-3 lah, okay.
2-3.
3 is max lah.
It's really
So
nice,
there's 2 more slots left, ladies and gentlemen. If you are keen to join Roman in this expedition, from Finland to Netherlands, then do let him know. And when are you traveling? When are you doing this
So I will
journey?
be flying from Kuala Lumpur on the 22nd, and I'll actually arrive on the 22nd as well in Finland with the time difference.
Oh, yeah.
So I will be arriving on the 22nd as well.
22nd
of July.
July, yeah.
July. So I will reach Helsinki at 3 p.m. I think. So the time I get out of the airport and everything, probably 4 p.m. And then I'm gonna have to hurry to find a place to stay. So maybe for the first night, I'm gonna have to stay at a hotel for the first night. And after this, I'm planning to go on there's a website called a Warm Shower. So warm shower allows you to find people where to stay.
Oh.
So it's like the couch surfing, the website I was mentioning before.
Yeah.
The
The
warm
one that
shower is for cyclists.
Warm shower is for cyclists.
Warm showers for cyclists,
I
and
see.
couch surfing is for backpackers.
Backpackers, travelers.
So there is another one called Welcome to My Garden as well that is made for cyclists.
Welcome to my garden.
Yeah, so you
So
can.
what happens in Welcome to my garden?
So you can say you contact people. You say I will be passing by this town in a few days. Can you please allow me to pitch my tent in your garden
Wow.
for a few days? And like this is the same. You can meet locals as well.
Amazing.
So that's what I like about this kind of website, because you're gonna stay with locals. So if you have time after, you can maybe spend 2 days with them, 2 nights with them,
Right.
and one day they can show you around and maybe make you try their local dish and this kind of thing. So this is nice, yeah.
Yeah, it's great, man. It's
Yeah.
great. So have you planned out like day 1 you're gonna stay here, day 2 you're gonna stay here, day 3 you're gonna
I have
stay
no
here,
idea
day
where
4.
I'm gonna go.
You have no idea, like like the start and the end.
That's it,
But
yeah.
anything in between,
Yeah. I don't like to plan too much. It's not good to plan too much, because you're gonna meeting people on the road,
Yeah.
and they're gonna tell you, oh, you should go to this road, and you should go there, and you should go there. If you pass by here, it's beautiful.
Right.
So I know more or less where I'm gonna go, but I don't know exactly. I would see with the flow. Yeah.
Right. So as you're cycling, you're gonna have a QR code somewhere.
So the plan is to have the QR code behind my back. So we're gonna have just how you say, like
embroider,
yeah, the QR code at the back. And like this, if I meet people on the road and they're asking me what you're doing, oh, I'm fundraising for this charity to help people in the hospital and everything.
Right.
And they can just scan the QR code and donate if they want to donate.
Right. And I think it's a noble cause, because there's a lot of people there's a lot of I would say negativity in the world, and
Yeah.
you're doing something that's really positive. There's something really great, something to do with fitness and of course charity. So we really hope that as you journey along, people take photos of you, they share, and then they donate.
That's
and all
what we
this.
want, yeah.
Yeah.
We want to tell people to not being negative. So even though
True.
we all know life is not easy, So even though there is something hard in your life, that you need to keep positive. Yeah.
True. And of course, 100% of the funds that's being raised will be traceable and accountable and accounted for, and it will go directly to the beneficiaries, of which are those that are needing medical services, or like medical treatment in the hospitals.
It could be for cancer, it could be for
patients.
leukemia, it could be for anything.
Yeah. So that's the cause that we are doing now, and of course, as our part in Rollti, we are supporting Roman for this journey, and we want to be helping out as well, helping the community. So this is like our CSR program, or sort of like something that we used to do before with the Langkawi trip, and we're doing again with Roman. And the reason why we chose Roman, of course, is because he's a genuine guy and he's a straight up, crazy.
Thank you very much.
He loves to do these things, and we love crazy people. We love to support them, and in life, I think is sometimes you need a bit of spark, you need a bit of that craziness, just to go for it and just to do it,
So you're thinking about joining me on the bike trip?
Yeah, I fixed my bike.
Oh yeah.
I fixed
so
my
you
bike.
can
Yeah,
come.
I'm gonna start training first. Okay, I'm gonna train first locally in Malaysia, in my neighborhood a bit.
It's gonna be a little bit colder in Siberia. It's plus 35.
Oh, that's your next trip, right? The Siberia.
Yeah.
Tell us more about your next one. Yeah.
Nothing is planned yet, but if you want to join me, you have to train in the freezer for
Train in the freezer.
minus 40 degrees.
I don't know whether my wife will allow me to go,
Oh, she will. Nothing is planned at all for this trip. It's just a project that I have in my head. I already wanted to do this for a long time, but this kind of trip you need to prepare it very well. You know, you need to know exactly where you're gonna go and this kind of thing. It's not like you can follow a road. Over there is no road. You're on a lake. You need to know where to get your food next. You need to go. You know, you need to know everything before you go. You cannot.
So nothing is planned for that next trip, lah, right?
I will have to see with my wife as well if she allowed me to go.
So we both love our wives, of course.
Yeah. I depend on my wife as well, and I definitely need to go with someone for this one. I can't go alone on the ice by myself. And
right. So it's literally you're going in winter. And
you have to go in the winter, yes. And there is a certain time of the year that you need to go. So I need to start from Mongolia because there is no airport over there, I think, around this place. So you need to stop in Mongolia in Ulaanbaatar. Then there is 700 kilometers from Ulaanbaatar to the starting point of the lake already.
Wow.
So 700 kilometers. Then there is another 700 kilometers to ride into the end of the lake.
Right.
So if I want to come back after, it's another 700 and another 700 to go back to the... So it's 1,004 is 2,800 kilometers.
Wow.
So you mostly spend 1,400 kilometers on the lake, and you spend another 1,400 kilometers to go and back to the lake. Yeah.
So you're going to sleep on the lake, on the
You
ice? Or I mean, you put up a tent
Yeah,
on the
you
ice.
put up the tent. So you can sleep on the lake, or you can sleep in the bush. But during this time, it's going to be minus 30, minus 40 degrees. So you need to have really good gear as well. You know, you have to be careful with frostbite and this kind of thing. So you need really good gears. You cannot go just with the pants and glove, you know. You're gonna need really high quality sleeping bag, high quality mattress, and this kind of thing. You cannot sleep straight away on the ice, otherwise you die. Already when I was in Mongolia, we experiment minus 25 degrees at night.
Minus 25?
Yeah, and it was painful. It was painful. I already had a really good sleeping bag. I spent $200 on my sleeping bag, and it was barely enough. I was cold in my sleeping bag. So I'm gonna need a bigger sleeping bag if I do this trip. I cannot do it with the one I had in Mongolia. It was too cold. My sleeping bag was already made to go to minus 15, and we had minus 25. So I was cold in my sleeping bag. So
how do you sleep? Yeah, okay, like imagine like now, guys, like we sleep at home, like 16 is really cold, right? Like normally we are 20 something and air conditioning. But like how is minus 25? How do you sleep in minus 25?
I was in my sleeping bag with my clothes on, with my beanies and my glove. So I was sleeping with my...
Were you shivering while you're sleeping?
Yeah, it was cold. Yeah. It was just my head. You know, you can zip the sleeping bag all the way up. So it's only my head was just outside. And I had a big beanie and the scarf over here under the mouth. So just the nose. Just the nose was outside.
Just the nose is exposed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. And a photo of your wife in front of you. Reminding you to...
Yeah, and you keep all your body outside, inside the sleeping bag. You cannot put your hands outside. It's too cold.
Wow.
Yeah. So you wake up in the morning and all your bottle is just frozen, you know? So you cannot drink in the morning because everything is ice.
Oh my gosh.
Everything is ice. My fingers got stuck on my tent once. I woke up in the morning and I didn't think about it. And I removed all the pole of my tent. And because the pole is aluminum, you know? So my hands got stuck.
Gosh.
So I just put my hands on it and I was like, shit. And I couldn't get it off. And when I get it off, I was just bleeding all over my fingers. Wow. Shit. And so after I put back my glove, I didn't think about it. I didn't think that. So you do it only once, so then you don't do it anymore.
Yeah, you learn.
Yeah.
Life has taught you a lesson right there.
Exactly.
Don't touch the aluminium.
As soon as I put my fingers on it, oh shit. You know, only it's too late.
Oh my gosh.
It was very painful. Yeah.
Thankfully, we live in Malaysia, so it's a bit warmer.
Yeah, it's not gonna happen in Malaysia. Plus 35. Malaysia is too hot. That's the thing. It's humidity. You know, the humidity in Malaysia is hard as well. True. I won't say it's harder than the cold.
Yeah, but I think cold is much harder, right? You know, at least
I
here, like,
prefer
you know.
cycle under the cold When you cycle,
when you
it's not-
cycle in the cold,
yeah,
okay.
cycle in the cold, because during the day it's fine. It's 15, 16 degrees during the day. Early morning is still very cold in the morning. But it's better to cycle when it's a bit cold than when it's hot like Malaysia.
I see.
You just
You cycle more, or
Yeah.
you don't sweat so much anyway.
you don't sweat. In Malaysia, I cycled 10 minutes in Malaysia and my shirt is just soaking wet, soaking wet. It's like I jump in a pool, it's same. Yeah.
Welcome to Malaysia.
Welcome to Malaysia.
13 years.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. So I think we have reached almost the end of the segment. I'd like to thank, of course, Roman for joining us on my first podcast of Fred Talks, and where we talk about business, life, love, and everything in between. And at the end, I would like to ask you one last question. Let's say if you can just pass down one golden nugget to the next generation, like something that you want to pass down, what advice would you give the next generation? Just one golden nugget.
Maybe two advices to don't stop your dream, what you actually want to do in life. Because a lot of people say, I would like to do this, I would like to do that, but they don't plan it.
Okay.
They're just words, I want to do this. Just don't say, I want to do it, just plan it. If you plan it, if you write it down already, it's going to happen.
Okay.
Yeah. And don't be afraid to fail.
Don't be afraid to fail. Okay.
Yeah. Because a lot of people are afraid to fail, or they think that because they fail, they can't do it. So it doesn't work like this. You fail, you get up, and you try again.
Right.
And if you have one goal in your life, you do it until you succeed.
Fantastic.
So,
all right.
yeah.
So plan and don't be afraid to fail.
Yeah, exactly. The
Just-
planning is very important. Everything I want to do, I always write it down, because I learned that if I write it down and if I plan it, it's gonna happen. Like this trip, I wrote it down for, even though it's been 4 years. You see, I failed, not my fault, but I failed because of COVID. I couldn't do it.
Right.
But I still have it in my mind, and
Yep.
I'm like, I'm going to do
You
it.
didn't give up. You didn't give up on your dreams, man.
Yeah.
You
Same when
focused.
I hurt my ankle walking. It's a failure, but I don't stop. I
Right.
do it. I finish it anyway.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So he's saying is just plan first, and even if you fail, don't be afraid.
Matter.
Just
Doesn't matter.
go and
Start
do it.
again. Do it again
Fantastic.
until you succeed.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Roman.
Thank you very much, Fred.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for having me.
All right. Thank you so much, and until next time. Take care.